Amhatek watched as the green points of light left the chamber wall through the cabling and entered the console in front of him. Millions of points traveled across hundreds of cables carrying data from all over the planet to a series of consoles in front of him. The lights he focused on marched down a single cable loosely laid across the floor, only a few steps from his throne, illuminating the sterile metallic floor as they passed. This cable carried data from off-world, passing through relay after relay. The eons had deposited countless generations of soil and debris over the planet's receivers and corrupted many of its conduits, leaving only small chunks of the communications to decipher. The data coming from off-world had only been a trickle since Amhatek and his advisors had awoken centuries ago. Because of this, they had decided to halt the full reawakening of the Tomb World until they could gather more data of the world above them, as well as the events of the Great Sleep, or until the received work from the Silent King about the purpose of their awakening. They had shaken off their slumber, only to find their planet, and presumably the galaxy, had once again been infested with organic life, scurrying about on the surface above, and, to their disdain, meddling with the powers of the immaterium. Yet, despite these seemingly grave and demeaning circumstances, there was little information of any importance they could glean from the outside data flows. The Overlord Amhatek's council had spread themselves throughout the chamber, each manning a different console, gathering and cataloging the data, mostly from planetary sensors, as it came in before sending it to the throne consoles. One of the advisors close to him lurched from his seated position and lumbered towards the throne. His necrodermis form was shorter and spindlier than that of the Overlord, and he was cloaked in a mantle of nanoscarab hexagonal plates suspended in crackling energy.
An event appears to be happening in the capital, my lord.
The technomancer creaked.
Ships from off-world are in orbit as well. I have many nanoscarabs viewing.
The figure let out, motioning to a flashing dot on the Overlord's nanoscreen. Amhatek nodded and motioned towards the point. The nanoscreen transformed into a holographic video display. On it, he could see a large quad. Throngs of humans lined the exterior, while hundreds of soldiers and vehicles of war poured out of transports that had landed in the center. He manipulated the reconstructed screen, rotating it and zooming such that he could focus on a small group at the center. These appeared to be those in charge of the military formation.
Females of the human species. They claim their god emperor and fight on his behalf. Adeptus Sororitas in their ancient dialect. This one at the center is a canoness, high military leader of the forces here,
offered the technomancer. Amhatek scoffed.
I doubt they even truly grasp what ancient means, Techmark, let alone a god.
As they looked on disdainfully, the doors to a large white cathedral opened, and from their digitally reconstructed vantage point, servants could be seen releasing smaller white-flighted creatures from the crevices of the roof.
Allow me, my lord,
Techmark subserviently offered, reaching up to adjust the screen, phasing through the very walls of the cathedral into an inner chamber where the party halted. Seated before them, a girl. To the normal eye, there was nothing strange about this being, nor anything noteworthy at all, really. Blonde hair, frail stature, fair features, and plain white robes. Yet, to the nanoscarab network, strange energy caused scintillations in the image around her, lost or shifting pixels on the nanoscreen. Sometimes, a much larger, hulking shadow surrounded the girl momentarily, before being lost to other new or shifting pixels.
This may be the first interesting thing that you've shown me.
Amhatek leaned forward in his throne chair, momentarily causing Techmark to slide away even so slightly before steadying himself. He could tell Amhatek was trying to interpret this encounter. The girl raised a hand, and a small chalice floated over to the closest member of the off-planet retinue on screen.
She is being asked to perform miracles, my lord.
Tekmak broke in.
Although my analysis of her shows no advanced knowledge of the sciences or technology, the nanoscarabs can translate if you wish.
Why have you not already made it so then?
Amhatek lashed out, the metallic nature of his voice evident as it bounced off the chamber walls. Tekmak scrambled to the other side of the console.
Apologies, my lord. I just need to...
He pecked out a series of lights on the console with his abnormally long and spindled index finger. The translation caught in mid-sentence.
A set of...
As the figure in the center of the retinue paused and stepped forward.
talents. What other blessings has the God Emperor bestowed upon you?
While the other figures of the retinue were garbed in the black cloth and red armor of the Adeptus Sororitas, this central figure was distinctly different. Data scrubs of the archives of the planet identify this individual as a member of the Imperial Inquisition. The girl beamed at the question, although the shadows surrounding her seemed to intensify.
Through his light, I have healed the sick and injured. I have fed the hungry. I have stopped countless evil acts, as if I can sense them before they happen. I have even saved myself from explosion and fire. With the God Emperor by my side, I'm not sure what is impossible, if anything.
As Amhatak and Tekmak stared at the screen, the red-clad figure made a small, almost imperceivable gesture at the canoness. However, Amhatak and the shadow around the girl both appeared to have noticed.
Show me,
the Imperial agent demanded. At that precise moment, the canoness leveled her bolt pistol and braced in a firing stance. The shadow form materialized on screen. Blue and gold stripes adorned an ornate headpiece, set upon a hulking azure and gold armor, with flowing purple robes. Neither Amhatek nor Tekmak could be sure what the Inquisitor or Battle Sister were seeing in person, but the scene unfolding before them meant the Inquisitor had seen something.
you have been judged and found wanting. The God Emperor's light does not shine on you, only on the darkness of your ruinous powers.
With that, the canoness let loose bolt after bolt, each round deflected with a flick of a hand and a jet of aqua and purple light. The large figure was now subsuming the girl on screen and seeming to control her.
The warp,
whispered Amhatak, the light emanating from the sockets of his faceplate glowing in intensity.
We can wait no longer.
Dust fell from the ancient overlord as he rose from his throne.
Awaken this world. Send forth the legions. Drown out all connections to the warp in a cacophony of static.